Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Hair's a little bit fluffy. We've been outside. I felt drawn to come on and do a live. Very bizarre energy out there. Anyway, we should talk about that in a moment. Let's see if a notification goes out. Oh, it does. How cool is that? I don't know if we're going to pull any cards. Might be a good idea to maybe bring the cards in case. And my coffee is far over there. So let me go and stretch. I'm going to go and stretch. Just been for my walk. I thought I'll come back and relay my findings. That's what I thought. It's a bit dark in here. Let me just turn the other lamp on and we should have a chat. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to drop the lamp. Come here. My goodness, what's going on? There we go. Right, let's get some cards. It's like everything move out of my way. It will make sense when I tell you. Let's bring the cards over this side. Let's move the footstool out of the way. We'll see what's going on. What's going on? I say. What's going on? Oh, hold on a second. Okay. How you doing? Hi, Marco. That's all. Hi. Hi, Marco. How are you doing? Oh. Thank you for distracting me. I made a spelling mistake. I was just saying I'm just live. And it came out, I'm just love. Well, of course. You just love, Marco. You've just forgotten how to feel into it. Okay. So you're exactly right. But we know that anyway. You're exactly right in whatever you tell yourself. Best to tell yourself fantastic thoughts and feelings. How can you tell yourself fantastic feelings? I've just got to send this message. Boom. Okay. T-Rose. Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? So I've just been out for my walk. I missed the sunset. Are we due a new moon? We just had a new moon, or we due a new moon? Because it's a very skinny little moon out there. Hi, Laurie, you're driving. Stay safe. And I tell myself fantastic things and I don't feel anything. Keep doing it, Marco. It will come. It's obviously not natural for you to live in your own beauty. You're living into it. Okay. So, okay, I'm not going to talk about that, Marco, because I don't want to talk about any bad stuff like that. Okay. But you did come on and say hi. Don't you feel that that's an improvement? That might actually come in with what's happened out there today. A lot of highs. Well, actually, a lot of lows. So I go out. Okay. Little crescent moon out there. I'm sure we're due a new moon. Are we due a new moon? Well, it's either just passed. Because it's pretty black. Just a little bit of the moon you can see. Out I go. Bird starts squawking straight away. It's like, she's out. I'm like, hi. Walking down to the path. I'm going for a walk. I'm not sure where I'm going to walk, but I'm going to walk and see some love benches. So the park. Let's go to the park. So I go to the park. I knew Megan and Jamie were out. They went for a walk. They said, we're going for a walk. And I said, oh, I'm going to go for a walk. But they went out for a walk before me. And I didn't see them. Normally, they might be in the park, sitting on a bench. But it's a little bit damp out there. So out I go, walking down the path to the park. And I'm paying attention to the birds and the moon. And then there was a couple who were passing. Okay, they kind of stopped, and as I approached, I looked at the guy and I said hi, and he was like, hi. The woman totally ignored me when I looked at her and smiled at her. She was a little bit behind him. Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, so cross the road, go into the park, and it's just about who I meet on my travels. So then I go for a walk, come to like a crossroads. It's like, I don't want to go that way. We're going to go this way. So I went that way, met another couple. Okay, totally blanked me when I said hello. It was a bit like that. Actually, the woman did. So as I'm walking past, I was like, hi. And she just kept her face story. The story was on her face. It was like not very approachable. So I tried to initiate conversation out there. She totally blanked me. I thought to myself, okay, I'm not sure how you're going to feel about that, actually, like snubbing someone who was being polite. But hey, these people exist, don't they, who snub us? So then I go to the shop and I seem to be blocked in the shop. So I go in the shop and I'm going up the aisle. Okay, how many aisles have we got in our shop? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 aisles. So I got the first aisle and there's a man there. He's not in my way, but he's kind of like, I don't know, he can't make his decision. I said to him, I'm so sorry, can I just get past you, please? So I get past him. Then I've got to come back because I forgot my potatoes. And I just said to him, so sorry, I've got to kind of come back. Can I come past you again? And he went to me, I'm getting in your way. And I said, well, it seems actually maybe it's me that's getting in your way. Well, anyway, so I'm stuck by the potatoes. And I thought to myself, I'll just go out that way and up the aisle and then kind of come back down. So I do that, but then I turn around and there's this young boy there and he's blocking. And every time I went to walk past him, you remember we've got to be trying to keep a 2-meter distance. He kept stepping back, like to block me. And I'm like, excuse me, can I just get past you, please? I thought, what the fuck is going on? So I go all the way up the second aisle, come back down the first aisle, and the bloke's there again. It's like, geez, man. So I just go straight to the till. Now, I know the guys down there who work. And so I saw a friendly face. Some of them are not that welcoming who work down there. You can tell. Okay, it's like, hey, do you make me feel warm in your presence? It's like, no, not really. I feel like I'm an inconvenience. But this lovely girl, her name's Summer. Actually, I've given her a tarot reading. So she's Summer. And she's like, hi, Lucy. And I'm like, hi, sweetie. How are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. She packs all my stuff for me, bless her. I said to her, this will do for now. She said, you might be back. I said, I might be back. I didn't get any goodies, but hey, look, I'm out of the shop. It's all good. I've got dinner. And I said to her, thanks for that, Summer. Like, obviously got a mask on. And she's like, what did you say? I thought, fucking hell. I was like, thanks for that, Summer. Come out, up the path again. Another couple coming towards me. Past them, I said to the man, I said, hi. He went to me, hello. I was so fucking loud. The woman ignored me. I come home, I thought, fucking hell, what the hell was all that about? And then I felt drawn to come on and say hi. She think like I'm craving conversation. So how open are you, Marco? Maybe you can take something from that. Are you out there? Are you living it? Anyway, so here we are. Now, I've got some biscuits. Oh, I did get some goodies. Yeah, because as I turned around to see whether or not there was a queue, because I tend to hold up the queue, so it seems. I think they think I talk to the cashier a lot, and I'm not. That cashier's packing all the time that I'm talking, but I will talk while she's packing. But I think that they think, it's like, shut up, move on. It's like, no, she's packing fast enough, dude. It's like, she can't pack no faster. You're just annoyed because I'm having conversation with her. Anyway, so I don't know what's going on out there. The 27th, it's full. Okay, so we must have just had the new moon. It's 4 days in Aries now. Interesting. Okay, so I'm not going to stay on too long because I'm going to go and cook dinner. And yeah, but it's quite early. It's nearly 6:30. But let's come on. How are you guys? A lot of you are still much earlier in your day than me. Try and go out and get that walk if you can. Just see what you come across out there. It was like, I don't know. Don't talk to her. She might wake you up. And that's kind of like, it was like, and I could just in my own kind of, well, bounce, if you want to say it. I just felt, well, what is there not to be happy about? It's a beautiful evening, lovely fresh air. And I don't know. Miserable sods, that's what I say. Listen, I'm here to light up the world with my light and love. There's nothing that's going to stop me from doing that. Tits and teeth, girl, tits and teeth. I just find it rather amusing. I wonder what Jamie and Megan come across on their walk, because it was a bit bizarre where it was like, oh, you guys going out? And they're like, yeah, we're going for a walk. I said, okay. I said, I'm going for a walk. But we just wasn't going at the same time. And I don't believe we were meant to go at the same time. I don't think they could handle the power of three. When all my family's together, Jamie included, it's a sight. People go, "Who the fuck is this family?" We're all just so uplifting and positive and polite. I mean, when you leave the till, it won't just be me saying, "Thank you, have a nice day." It's kind of like Meg, "Have a nice day." Emily, "Have a nice day." Jamie, just the same. Oh, okay. We go out in well, I went out solo. They go out in pairs. Their power's strong when they're out together. So it'll be interesting to hear how their walk, what manifested on their walk. Tits and teeth with a double T. Very interesting. They must have some challenges behind the scenes. Don't we all? Well, it depends how you look at them, isn't it? I mean, seriously, if some of them had received the news that I received today, well, I'm not sure they'll be as bouncy as me, but hey, I looked at it as being all divinely ordered. I can see how things are going, not the way that I would have suggested it, but divine says, "Oh no, this is perfect," and I'm like, okay then. So yeah, I've had my own challenges today. I'm not going to say any more. And it was like, "Oh, you can do that stuff to me. That isn't going to phase me." So, what's going on out there? And I said, "Hey, yeah, yeah, hey, hey." How do we find out what's going on? I do chalk. I do chalk. I do chalk. I do talk. I love chalkboards. Do you love chalkboards? I love chalkboards. I'm gonna have a school one day. Well, I'm already in the process of having a virtual digital school. That one's already in the process with my chalkboard and me chalk duster. But yeah, material. Getting your hands on raw material. Retrograde is almost over, the 21st. Okay. So what does that mean then, TiVos? What are we going to be going back to reality? Sunday. And do you know how many times I've been called to recite the Lord's Prayer? 3 different versions. Need to decide your own version, what you're going to use. So this has been going through my mind. The Lord's Prayer. You've been talking about that as well, TiVos, haven't you? Communication is more clear. Okay. Is it not clear enough saying hi that you would respond saying, "Hello, how are you?" Well, maybe not even the "how are you," just the "hi." It's not very communicative out there at all. And it's like, oh, and when I was coming back, because it was a bit muddy out there on the fields, I didn't go through the woods, but I kind of ventured that way, but then done a U-turn. And it was really slushy under my feet. I thought, I might fall over in a minute, slipping and sliding, because it's really warmed up today, so all the ice is gone, all the snow is gone, and it's a bit of a mucking fuddle, should we say that, out there. So yeah, it's a bit squishy under the feet. Traipsing mud around everywhere. I can actually see a bit over there on the carpet that I'm going to have to clean up, but hey, it's all good. Okay. I was going to say something. Oh, about me talking a lot. I was going to say, well, I can talk for England. Oh, the Lord's Prayer. Okay. Well, when you're all love and light, even the non-verbal is communication for us. Silly simps, aren't they? I mean, it speaks volumes, don't it? It's like, just pretend I don't exist then. It's like, dude, come on, can you move out my way? I want to get past. It's like, I was blocked in. I was like, shit. They're trying to block us in, trying to alienate us. Do you reckon that's what they're trying to do? It won't work. It won't work. So the Lord's Prayer. I kind of thought to myself, I know that I've read 2 on the channel, because in the Bible, or because I read somewhere and it led me to this, in the Bible, it's how do the disciples are asked, how do we pray to the Lord? What is the correct way to pray to God? And I believe it's in Matthew and Luke. They're the ones that state it. But as far as I'm aware, I believe the original Lord's Prayer that I kind of was maybe raised with was about your trespasses, and please forgive those who trespass against us. Then there's your sins and forgiving those who sin against us. And then there is your debt and forgive those debtors against us. So very interesting. And I think you can use whatever one you want to use. I've been kind of like having a look at the Lord's Prayer, deciphering it a little bit. So let's do it. Should we do it? Let's do it. Let's fall in love. That's exactly what we've done. We've fallen in love really fucking deep. Okay, the deepest you can go. Now we're going to rise out of it. That's what that love done. Caused you to fall so deeply in it that the only way out was to rise. And that's what we're doing. Through falling in love, we are now going to rise. So we need to know how to pray correctly. So, our Father, okay, we know who that is, don't we? Who art in heaven. All right, so the art is the creation of heaven. Hallowed, meaning divine, holy. Hallowed be thy name, and that means yours. I actually thought I'm going to change that to my name. Thy kingdom come, my kingdom come, my will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're bringing heaven down to earth. Money doesn't exist, does it? No, just creation, love, light. Okay. So, thy kingdom come, my will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day and our daily bread. Just been to get my dinner. Thank you, Lord. I thank him every night for the meal that's produced on my table. Give us this day and our daily bread, and forgive us our, what one do you want to use? Trespasses? Are you trespassing into other people's life? Don't worry, they do it to yours. Don't worry about it. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Because that's just fear. For I am the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. 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 Whatever you want to say. Amen. So, you can kind of put whatever you feel like putting. So, if you feel like maybe you've been trespassing into other people's business, don't worry, they trespass into you, into your life. So, you can let that one go. As long as there's no maliciousness behind it, then you're curious, aren't you? Yeah. What else is there? Okay. Forgive us of our sins and forgive those that sin against us. Okay, sin. We all so-called sins, but they're asking us to kind of, we're going to be released from that. Okay, from the evil. Hi, Scottish lass, how are you doing? So you can do the sin one, and then you have the debt. How can you have debt when money doesn't really exist? No one owes anyone anything apart from the chance to let love grow. That's what you owe love, you owe love the chance to grow. So forgive us of our debts. When I read that one, I thought, is that like the Lord's Prayer? Yeah, it's in the Bible. You go to Bible, I think it's called BibleStudies.com or something. You can just ask, how do I pray to the Lord? And it'll bring up the passages from the Bible, from Jesus's disciples. So I imagine they probably learnt from Jesus, but hey, listen, they're advising you on how to pray. And when it said, forgive us of our debts and all those that debtor against us, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. I thought that's interesting. So you don't really owe anyone anything. You owe love. The opportunity to shine through your vessel. You are good. That's good. I am good. I like that affirmation. I am good. Thanks. Hope you are good. I'm awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, all good. Okay. So, that makes sense. Going to use the Lord's Prayer now. And you can choose, can't you? Whatever one you feel like choosing for the day. Mix it up a bit. There's no rules. Change it around. Because thy means your. So, okay, we are an extension of source energy. So it's your kingdom. For I am the kingdom, the power and the glory forever and ever. Forever and ever. T-Bose, we can't forget Matthew, how he mentions to not pray to, I don't know that stuff. Okay, and so I'll read it out, but if you don't know it, I don't think you need to take it on board. Maybe I don't need to read it out then, T-Rose, because then you're throwing something in when I'm totally like oblivious to really what the Bible says. I do a bit of Genesis and then that's it. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. So for me, it's like I understand that the Bible is a bit like the tarot, like the journey of life. That's all that I kind of can comprehend, that you kind of need to go through all of that. You do need to kind of experience most of it, guys. So those things that you're fearful of ever happening in your life, you want to watch out for those ones, because it's more likely you're going to manifest them. So the divine would say, well, okay, how are you going to respond to that then? Laugh in the face of adversity, I say. Okay, so let me just read this. Yeah, I'm not even going to say that because I don't even know who that person is. So I don't want them in my. Anyone wants to know what's going on, T-Rose has wrote a comment. You'll have to go onto the live chat and have a look. It's just before Scottish Lass says amen. Okay. In the mighty name of the Christ light, I rebuke him. Okay, we're all learning. We are all learning. We are. Okay. But I think if I just know how to pray, I don't have to worry about how not to pray. I just need to know how to pray. Yes, they left out Enoch and way back when the Guides of the Galaxies first came. Yeah. Well, it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, that's their scripting. So that can be changed. It can be reversed. Bless you. Someone just had spirit go through them. I had two go through me before I come on for a live. It's like, I'm coming on. Okay. Oh, I sound a bit wheezy. As long as you have intent, I think that is correct. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Right. Should I pull some cards? Should we pull some cards while I'm here? We've been on 22 minutes and 9 seconds. We could pull some cards, see what the story is. What's going? Let's pull some maybe law of attraction cards. All opposite has no power. I don't know though, because it's a contrast, isn't it? So and opposites attract, but love will always conquer. So you're going to attract the darkness because it wants your light. It wants to know what your secret is. The secret to happiness is happiness itself. Even if you have to force yourself, Marco, it will end up coming so naturally. Go the extra mile. When did you guys go the extra mile? When was the last time you actually went the extra mile and done something nice for someone? That's the key to it, going the extra mile. Doing more than what you're paid for, doing more than what's expected. Okay. Right, I've got the law of attraction cards. It's important to bring in your balance. When did you last do an act of kindness? When was you last kind to somebody? For no apparent reason. Big one. Have a look at your scales, whether or not you're out of balance. And then quickly find a way to rectify that. It's for your own good, but my dream thoughts are not creative thoughts. Okay, so this is talking about the dreams that you're having. And it's like when you're dreaming, you stop that buffer of manifestation. Okay, so you can kind of get a bit of an inkling whereabouts it is. You're in vibrational alignment. I'm sure Abraham's going to explain it so much more better, Lucy. A little sailing boat here. We are sailing. We are sailing. Excuse me. Oh, I'm going to have a biscuit. That's what I'm going to do. There's a reflection there. Don't they look like two arrows? I saw those arrows on the wheel of the wheel, I believe it's called, in Anna's deck. The Tarot of Desires. Okay. And it says here, my dream thoughts are not my creative thoughts. Whatever you are, I was going to say, whatever you are, be a good one. Whatever you are thinking and therefore feeling, and that which you are attracting is always a match. So, whatever you are thinking and therefore feeling, and that which you are attracting is always a match. Also, what you are thinking and feeling in the dream state and what is manifesting in your life experience is always a match. Your dreams give you a glimpse into what you're creating, but you are not in the process of creating while you're dreaming. So you need to be in your awakened state to be able to manifest. That makes sense. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in our vessels, would we? We'd be like just floating around. That does make sense. No point doing, you won't be able to do much whilst you're sleeping. Otherwise, you might as well just be energy, back to source energy. You've got a vessel made for manifesting. Do you not think that's marvellous? I think that's marvellous. As above, this is what I feel it is, as above, so below. Bringing heaven on earth. How do you imagine heaven to be? Because that's the life that you're really wanting to create here for yourself, aren't you? Not wait till you die. Well, you do have to go through like your death of the ego before you can reach there. They'll stop you at the gates otherwise. But like, I don't think so. Are you going to bring that toxicity into here? It's like, go away, try a bit harder, and then come back. I think when the phoenix rises, the revelation, the dark is conquered. Hi, Lorna. How are you doing, sweetie? I haven't seen your name pop up in a while. Tivo, it's just my thoughts. When we speak of free will and those who have selfish intentions, they cast opposition to tempt us. Yes, most definitely. The light will always win. When and what lifetime depends on the soul's mission. No, love, I think love will always win. Every lifetime. It's whether or not you be that representation of love. I don't think we need to wait till the next lifetime to state that love will conquer or has conquered, because love will conquer your own life. You will be, the conqueror. William the Conqueror, listen. 1066. 1066. 1066 at Hastings. I used to like that in history when I used to put like songs to the knowledge, because I can remember stuff through songs. I can remember some of the song. He came across with the army of England, something like that. He came across with the army and won. He tore the Saxons down and won the English crown. William, I think it said the Norman, but I'm not, is he a Norman? I don't, listen. Oh, I know, Battle of Hastings, 1066. What's this saying? My thoughts are in harmony with health. Card number 28, these have got numbers, 19 and 28. I want perfect health, exclamation mark. I like feeling good. I enjoy my good feeling body. Seriously, when you enjoy it, it bounces and the hair bounces and you just have a bounce. I have many positive memories of feeling good in my body. I see many people who are clearly in a state of good health, and it is easy to see how much they are enjoying their good feeling bodies. I weren't really feeling that today. Well, maybe that they're exercising. I need to change the way that I'm perceiving these people. Obviously, because I'm attracting like the opposite. When I think good thoughts, it says when I think thoughts, good thoughts are great. So when I think thoughts like these, I feel good. I feel good. You will so get there, guys. These thoughts are in harmony with a healthy body. They are. Okay, let's go. Lots of reading on these cards, seriously. I've got to get my mouth around them. My lips around the words. Or your mouth around the words? I don't know. I could try and talk like this if I like. I don't know what's got into me. A ventriloquist, apparently. Hello, everybody. I haven't even got a puppet here. Lucy, you meant to have a puppet at the same time. Oh. Oh, shit. It's good energy. I want perfect health. I like feeling good. I enjoy my good feeling body. I have many positive memories of feeling good in my body. I see many people who are clearly in a state of good health, and it is easy to see how much they are enjoying their good feeling bodies. When I think thoughts like these, I feel good. What isn't there? What isn't there to be happy about? These thoughts are in harmony with a healthy body. Well, listen, you need to take care of your own needs, guys. So. You just ate scallops and lettuce instead of chips. Well done, you. Do you feel good? Does that feel? It feels more healthier. When you have the affirmation, I am healthy, you'll automatically start doing things that are healthy because, like, well, it's contradictory. So I am healthy. Well, let's go and eat 10 chocolate bars. And I mean, you know that's not the truth. So when you say I am healthy, I've just bought a bag of pears down the shop. But then when I got to the till, I was tempted. See, I was tempted. I turned around just to see whether or not the queue was long. Happens every time. And I caught sight. I don't know why. Why is everything like over there? The biscuits were over there. The coffee was over there. And I'm sitting here in the middle. Chocolate digestives, not just any chocolate digestives. Dark chocolate. Got to have them. So that was my plan, to tide me over until dinner time. And I've got into chatting. This is what I do. I get into chatting and I forget to eat. I am healthy. My vessel is a temple. It knows how to look after itself. When I tell it it's healthy, you are healthy as I eat a chocolate biscuit. And this is it's probably gonna give me a sugar rush, which is probably what I need. It will balance out whatever nutrients I need. Do I feel guilty? I do not. The dark chocolate just is, well, it's divine. And it's healthy for you, dark chocolate. I'm singing Bruno Mars in my mind. Talking to the moon. Not much of a moon out there. Well, it's there. Trying to get to you. Ooh. In hopes you're on the other side. Talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone talking to the moon? Definitely not. I talk to the moon. I am a magnet attracting unto myself. I am a magnet attracting unto myself. I like chocolate animal cookies, do you? What's your favourite animal? Well, there's that. We've had a little chat about that. 33. Oh, no, I looked at the counter and it said 33:43. And I was just about to say to you, it's 33:44. And it bloody jumped and went to 45. Right in front of my eyes. Look, you can't deceive an awakened one, okay? It's impossible. It's impossible. Should we get an oracle of the fairies? Hey, Ethan. How are you doing? How are you doing, buddy? How is Ethan doing today? The natives say the moon is the grandma of the solar system. What's the actual time? Okay. 5 to 7 nearly. There's a card. Oh, inner child. Play. Would you like to play? I was waiting for Ethan to respond. I've been rolling around in bed, taking me a while to wake up. It's all right, dude. You'll get there in the end, won't you? You're quite awoke. You're much more awoken than the state I found you in, Ethan. When we first met, it started meh, but I feel good. Yeah, my day started like that. Yeah, don't let the fuckers get you down. Okay. Good feelings and warm hearts, so I'm doing well. How about yourself? I'm awesome, thank you, sweetie. We need to catch up at some point. I don't know if you've spoken to Ron's daughter. You might have spoken to her more than me. Really haven't seen Emily for a few days. She's hibernating. So I'm sure that she's all right. She's probably doing that, rolling around in bed, taking me a while to wake up, that kind of business. I'm really pleased to hear that that you're feeling more alive. Okay, well, let's have a look at our inner child and see what this message is. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Young at heart. I swear my heart feels really young. So that's awesome, isn't it? For a 43-year-old to feel so young. I feel so young. I feel like this, I must say, was it worth it? Most definitely, because I feel the most amazing that I've ever felt in my life. And yeah, outside conditions are not what is dictating that. Let's put it that way. But as I'm dictating my inner response and how my alignment is with the outside world is changing. And maybe that's kind of what I saw today. It was like, okay, I'm definitely seeing that I'm more upbeat and playful than others, but watch that perception change, because it doesn't happen immediately. You have to change your vibration and actually live within that, and then watch the magic happen and the outer world transform. I need to get out there in the community more, seriously. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. Always wear a condom. Okay. I want to meet people and connect. Yeah, me too as well, Scottish lass. I felt that this morning, actually. A loneliness, like a wanting to actually connect with others. I mean, with this lockdown's been going on for quite a while now. And but I feel like people have actually, well, let's not say that. At this present time, they seem to be avoiding conversation. And let's see if we can turn that around as a collective. That means that each and every one of you needs to go out there and be doing your hi, even a walk around the park. Seriously. Do your part and let's see. Because we're here to raise the vibration of our planet. They need us. When I need you, I just close my eyes and I'm with you. And all that I so wanna give you, baby, is only a heartbeat away. When I need love, I hold out my hands and I touch love. I never knew there was so much love keeping me warm night and day. Oh, how about this one? Miles and miles of space, empty space. That's good. A lot happens in the emptiness. You do know that. When it's void, when it's empty, when there's not a lot going on, oh, there is. It's like nothingness. Like not knowing where the fuck you're going. Where the fuck is this taking me? Oh, it's just about to get really exciting. So let go of your concerns and doubts. It's like you've handed it over to the divine. You ready for the ride of your life? Whoop! It's getting exciting. Listen, you want some excitement in your life? Divine's going to send it. Might not be what you wanted, but it's definitely going to get you. Okay. Have you listened to this song on headsets? It's great. I haven't. What, that song there? I'll tell you what song got my bloody live blocked. Bill Withers, Lean on Me. I only played a small portion of that in the live video, guys, when I done the free prize draw. I had a notification the next day. Sorry, your video cannot be put up because of Bill Withers. I was trying to be a support network. Lean on me. Obviously not. Don't try and block my way. That's all I say to people. Listen, it's all right. If you don't want my support, you don't want my love, you don't want my light, that's absolutely fine. But don't you dare get in my fucking way. That's where I become like my true Taurus and stubborn. Do not get in my way. There's others that do appreciate it. So move along. Next. Shit, I need to take a breath. 11 of us on. Hi, dudes. Legs 11. Okay. A wee girl at nursery hugged my daughter goodbye and said she is helping her to talk. It was so cute. That is beautiful. My Emily sent 2 of her friends like Valentine's Day cards. Girls. Seriously, she got up to do that. Go to the post box, said, where you going? Post these cards. I said, have you wrote them Valentine's Day messages cards? She was like, yeah. I thought that was so cute. Sharing the love. Okay. Well, that's lovely. I love it. I was looking at the that might be why I had to look at the nursery. We have a little nursery in our village, and as I was walking I was walking back from the park. As I was walking, there was I know what car it was because it was a Mercedes, but it was a big Mercedes, like a 4x4. So, and it was just like. I'm looking around, there's no one in it. And I actually stopped and thought to myself, well, are they in the shop or are they picking their kid up from the nursery? Maybe they were like cuddling. But you're going to have to do that behind the scenes. It's like, seriously, we could all do with a big bloody hug. When was the last time you were cuddled? Like by someone else, like, I don't know. Like, well, for me, the kids. Years. I have to cuddle myself, all that love I give to myself. Okay, Lucy, way too much. You never talk too much. That covered the bit about wanting to meet people, Scottish lass. Ethan, I will be more than happy to speak again for sure and catch up. Responding to what you said earlier, it's been quite interesting, unfortunately, towards a void state. Not unfortunately. There's nothing unfortunate within the void state, Ethan. The void means that you've surrendered. You're like, all right, divine. Where are we going? What are we doing? What's the purpose of this? And let's just take every day, every moment as it comes. The magic moments. Magic moments are when 2 hearts are caring. You've always got a tribe here, Ethan. You can always ask Emily if you ever need to speak to me. Okay? If I'm not available, it means that you can handle the shit on your own. Beautiful. So, no unfortunately's. There's none of that series of unfortunate events. They're not unfortunate. That's all lining you up. It's just you weren't brave enough to do it. So Divine says, we're going to do this. You're not going to like it. I go, oh, this is funny. That's what I say. Oh, this is funny. And as soon as I surrender, it's nowhere near as bad as what you think it is. It's all in alignment. It is. So don't get scared now. Let me read this. Okay, that's interesting. George Bernard Shaw said, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. There you go. That's exactly what's gone on out there. We don't stop playing because we grow old. No. We grow old because we stop playing. Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Don't know what that was all about. My little devil wears coming out. All fairies love to have fun and play, and much like the Find Balance card, this message comes as an order for you to make time to play, especially if you feel you don't generally get a chance. Playing keeps us young at heart and helps us to connect directly to our inner child. It's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind of mundane chores and routines. This is okay as long as things are balanced. Listen, mundane chores and routine. Well, I would change the way that I eat. How can chores be boring? It's very therapeutic. You like doing the ironing? You better love it. Seriously, all the things that you dislike. You don't like doing the housework? Oh no. Whistle while you work. Snow White it, Van House. Okay. Calling them bluebirds. You have to love everything. Otherwise, it's going to be the biggest pain in your ass forever. As soon as you start, it's with all of it. Love it all. Your appearance, if you don't like it, you're going to have to love all of it. And then it magically transforms. I don't really know any other way to explain it until you actually decide to love the things that you detest. Okay, and then watch it all transform. Don't tiptoe. There's no need to tiptoe, Jamie, darling. I love it how he does that. He knows he's going down the stairs like a puppet. A puppet on the street. Must be something about puppets. I was doing a bit of is it called ventriloquy? Ventriloquy. I was like, I can streak the out over my lips. Oh dear. How was your walk? Was it good? You went to the woods. I went to the park to see if I could find you on a love bench. Yeah. The people I come across wasn't very communicative with me. How about you? You didn't bump into anyone? I did. Lots of people. All the feminines ignored me. Weird. No, I just wondered. So you've had a nice peaceful little walk in the woods. I went to the woods as well, and then I've done a U-turn.
Made a little den, like a big teepee tent.
You made a teepee tent?
Yeah, someone else did.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, it's just sat there, so we sat in there.
Oh, maybe I can come and have a look tomorrow. You want to show me? It was nice getting out. It's a bit warmer, isn't it? Muddy under the feet. Did you do it slippery? I thought I was going to do like a little bit of a...
Yeah. Swamp.
See ya. Okay. So it's easy to get caught up in the daily grind of mundane chores and routines. This is okay as long as things are balanced. When you set aside some space for joyful activities, like going and checking out this teepee, someone's made a camp out there, so I want to check that out. But yeah, it might be, maybe I'll get Emily to come with us when she's finished rolling around in that bed of hers. When you set aside some space for joyful activities, you'll find yourself even more energized for the work you need to do. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. The hiccups. You may even discover that your work now fills you with joy. It really does. If you don't like what you're doing for work, I'll suggest you get a different job. That's not heaven. In heaven, we all do what we're wanting to do without expecting to be paid for it, and we do it quite willingly. You help and assist in heaven. You float around like an angel. Seriously. I am serious. Oh. Fairies are experts at playing, so you could ask them to help you loosen up and have some fun by saying, "Fairies, show me how to play and to feel with joy this very day." Okay, it's a mantra we've got here. Fairies, well, it's more of a question, isn't it? Fairies, show me how to play and feel with joy this very day. Playtime will give you renewed vitality and add a spring to your step. Spring's on the way. It feels like spring's on the way out there. So put on your coat. Fucking hell, this is good shit, isn't it? I mean, I can't really make it up. You do know how much I would have to go through these cards to choose the correct card to clarify what I've already been chatting about and then change all the circumstances outside or the coincidences. No, it's all meant to coincide, all of it. Perfect timing, divine's timing. So we've got to get used to it. Playtime will give you renewed vitality and add a spring to your step. So put on your coat, and if it's safe to do so, go and play right now. Bit slippery out there in the mud. Good things come from slippery mud. The earth, the water, good things grow from that. Might feel a bit slippery under the feet to start with. So you'll find your balance. Look, I didn't end up on my arse, okay? A little bit in the carpet. Don't worry, I'm not going to sweep it under the carpet. I'm going to clean it up. Woo! She's on it tonight. Right. TiVo's Me Too, not sure about, but it's called Me Too. Me Too, Me Too. All in alignment. Okay, Ethan, this is how I feel, and it's ultimately the best way to describe my state of mind. I'm in a castle full of long tables, oh man, and people I found over the years, relationships I created, both lovers. Oh, that's amazing. What's with the both? Why did you end with both lovers? Are you with like your love? You're both lovers? That's a good vision here. I'm in a castle full of long tables and people I found over the years. Hey, you found me? Or did I find you? Hmm. Well, you found me tonight. Relationships I created, both lovers. Okay. And friends. Sorry, you continue. Oh, I forgot it cuts off, doesn't it? Yeah, impatient. I'm sorry. And friends, however. What's the however bit? I sit on a giant chair like that, fireplace behind me like that as well, and an empty chair next to me. That's the void. At least there's a chair next to you. I mean, it'd be a bit depressing if there wasn't a chair. It's like, what are you expecting? That's what it is about your expectations. Do you expect that things are always working out for you? Things are always working out for me. Okay. And you're reprogramming your mind, you're rewiring your mind. So you are going to have to force this and actually keep telling yourself, because you spent too long listening to the others of what they told you, that you've totally lost. I'm not talking to you, Ethan, I'm talking to like the collective. Get passionate behind you. You totally lost track of what it is that you're actually wanting. Too busy pleasing others. Okay. So, and an empty chair next to me, which was once filled with someone, but no longer. Well, it was probably the wrong person, wasn't it? As I spectate everyone having dinner, connecting. That's good. That's really good, Ethan. That's the kind of vision that I've had like for myself, and that's like you want it for others, okay? Regardless of whether or not there's someone sitting at your side, that person will join you when you actually want it for the greater good. You're not just looking for a selfish love, you know. Okay, I'll be happy for all other divine couples out there as long as mine's by my side. So as soon as you kind of when you start to see love for what it is and you appreciate, especially normally it's the elderly couples, isn't it? You know, the ones that are holding hands. I mean, I don't know anyone that like looks at an elderly couple and kind of go, oh my God, look at them, how sickening. They don't do that, do they? Just like we don't do it to little kids that are holding hands, little boy and a girl. What the fuck happens in between? They grew up, they got old, boring, we've got to have fun. I think it's beautiful when I see any couple out there loving up on each other. Well, to a certain degree. The respect, the integrity. I don't like to hear couples really bad mouthing each other, especially if they're married. It's like, seriously. Yeah. But we're focusing on what we do like to see. Smooching, holding hands, slow dances. Who killed the slow dances at the end of the disco? When I was clubbing back in the day, there was always that slow dance. Oh, no one really wanted to dance with me. Get my violin out. It's all right, I was being protected. Rejection is a form of protection. I might marry one of them people. Seriously. What happens to slow dances? Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Romance. Romantic Valentine's Day. Not just doing it because that's why Valentine's Day, I don't tend to hype it up. Every day, guys, every day should be Valentine's Day. It will get you far. Right. So, let's carry on. I'm watching with a cigar in my mouth and slow jazz piano music in the background as I spectate. That's good. That's good. I like that. The cigar, slow jazz, really like that. Good vision there. Just try and make more sense of why that seat's empty. It might be that you need to bring yourself into balance. Remember, you need to bring yourself into balance with being able to love yourself as you would love another. I'm not going to say as you would expect someone else to love you. You know how to love you. Just take away the necessity of it having to be actually another person to fulfill that need. You can do that yourself. Okay. Then it comes. No other way. We'll get there. Together. We all stand together. Hopefully we all play together. That's going to be fun, guys, when we all get to come together. Have some real fun. I like having fun. I'm good at having fun. I'm good at playing. I like to play a lot. Okay. You're going to go for a bike ride? Awesome. Not sure. Well, hold on, because I'm just about to say something negative about me riding a bike. I will do. I will get back on a bike at some point. I wasn't purchased a bike when I was a kid. Seriously. I didn't have a bike. So I'm not really confident with riding on bikes. I definitely don't know how to do all the gears. But I could learn. I can ride a bike. I just not really clued up with the other stuff, like even the brakes. Last time I rode a bike, I pulled both brakes and I went kind of like near on over the handlebars into a thorn bush. It was painful. Okay. Got a bit bruised up, thorns sticking out of me. And it's just like bike riding. I was just about to say I'd like to ride in Amsterdam, but not in the main city, the main part of Amsterdam, because it's like bikes rule. Bikes are God. If you knock someone off a bike in Amsterdam, whether you're a pedestrian or a motorist, you're in serious trouble. Bikes rule in Amsterdam. But it's like seriously trying to cross the road. They don't wear helmets. They got these little nippers on the front. Ding, 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 everywhere. Ding, 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 ding. And if you've gone there for a really good session and you're a little bit out of it, okay, you might have had a bit too much of the wacky backy. Seriously. You'll have paranoid. But if you go a bit further out to the tulips and the windmills, I'd like to hire a bike. Maybe we should all do that. Should we all hire bikes and we'll go on a bike ride to see the tulips of Amsterdam and the windmills? My hopes are still for my birthday, 27th April. Okay. It's King's Day, isn't it? Yeah, Amsterdam. Best time to go. Listen, a lot can happen. 3 months. Bye. I don't know, I keep sighing at myself. Scottish lass, you felt the need to decorate on lockdown, so it made me keep up the effort with the housework. Yes. Freshen things up a bit. It's 11:11 there. It's 19:16 now. And I've been on for 57 minutes and 27 seconds. You wanted to roller skate? I was actually having a look at my roller skates. Should get my roller skates. I'll show you my roller skates. I don't know why, because Rio. That's why Rio. I have white skates. Emily has black skates, and I need to get funky. I need to get funky on the skates, but it hasn't been really the weather. I don't think you can really, but Rio. Her name is Rio and she dances on the sand. You won't be able to roller skate on sand, would you? So I've got my roller skates. Emily got me these. I think it might have been for my birthday a couple of years ago. But as she's got them, she's using my money. Bless her. She's like, can I get myself a pair? And then you'll have someone to go roller skating with. I'm like, yeah, right. She's got herself a pair out of it. She's got a black pair. I feel really high in them, really tall. Okay, so maybe that's, there you go, a form of exercise for me. I was only thinking today, listen, I need to get energetic, as in when it comes to like exercise, walking more, stretching more. Just, I actually thought about skipping. I'm going to do some skipping, roller skating. Okay. Right then. I do get looks as well, and that's one thing. When I have a scooter, it's called a monster scooter, so it's not like a little kiddie scooter. Actually, these were the girls. I got them one each, but me and their dad used to use them, especially when we had our home shopping business to nip round to our customers. The roads are really cool here. The pathways are smooth as anything, smooth as a baby's bum. Well, most are. So for roller skating and on your scooter, it's not an electric scooter, it actually looks like a skateboard, and the board will actually lean, so, and then you have like a steering stick and you just lean it and the wheels will lean. Yeah. And whenever I used to be out, especially when I was working, especially when I was with like their dad as well, and there's both of us out there scooting around, people used to look at me and I used to go to them, it's fun, you're just jealous, you should get yourself a scooter. So yeah, I actually do have things that I could use to bring some fun back into my life that maybe, there you go, just been sitting there dormant, waiting for the winter to pass. Right. Scottish lass, winning at life if elderly and still together. Well, even through death, you're still together. I wanted to roller skate and I will learn. Okay. Emily might be able to teach you how to roller skate. I'm not quite there. Might be able to teach you some other stuff. Roller skating, not just yet. Ethan, before entering the relationship I had, I never had any expectations of ending up with someone and I was completely okay with it. However, now without it, it's that void. It feels as if I'm expecting it, which isn't a good way to see it. Well, what you're expecting that actually someone's not going to fill that void, or that the void is made so that there's a space for someone to come in. You're going to have to vibrationally call them in though. So expecting it, which isn't a good way to see it. It used to be one chair and me looking over everyone and making sure they are good. However, the second chair appears and I can't help but think it needs to be filled with your own love first. And it filled, and I feel without it filled, I can't continue. Then focus on filling that chair up, Ethan. Okay? You're good at visualizing the rest about how to create an environment to make others happy, but you need to create your own vision, what's in that chair. And you're the only one who knows really how to love yourself correctly and what's needing to be. It's kind of like if you feel you have a void, then what's missing? And you're probably going to say your lady, the woman. No, but she's already in you. So you need to tap into your divine feminineness. We need to have a session, Ethan, so we can go a bit deeper into that, darling. Okay. I think it all sounds fantastic. So it needs to be filled, and I feel without it filled, I can't continue. I use the main character, and with someone, I wrapped my love around them so much that now it feels I'm wrapping around a void. You fell in love, and you're going to rise in it. You have to fall in love to be able to have the rise. Okay. Lorna, so cute. I love it when you sing. Thanks. I know almost every song. Do you? Awesome. Ethan, I'm a poet when I speak. Ha 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 ha. I write so much, it's impossible to maintain. It's better for one-on-one. Yes, it is. Yeah. But this will be enough to get you thinking for now, Ethan. Yeah, it will happen when the divine sets it up. Perfect timing. T-Rose, I danced and make it a workout this morning and yesterday. My knee and back is healed. I like that because a couple of weeks ago, well, last week was it? Your back was healing. It's healed now. You are healthy, Mr. Poet. Ethan, I reckon you could write some probably some deep poetry. Okay. Right, I am going to get wrapped up, but we can finish on a message. What would you like to finish on? You guys choose. I need to go to the ladies' room or the little girls' room, of course. I'm young in comparison, really. Like, I'm not even halfway there. Do you know how much I've experienced? It's fucking exciting. I get to go again. With all like that training and the awareness, I get to go again. I've done the kids. I've been there, done that. 17, 21. It's like, oh, this is exciting. Thank you, Lord. Oh, squid in the street. Squid in the street. Squat in the street. Squat in the street. No, I'm going to go to actually use like the vessel that's... You want tarot, T-Rose? We've got the board meeting tomorrow. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will do tarot. Should we go with the fairy tarot? Because they give us... It was either that or the archangels. Let's go to the fairy tarot because they've got words on the cards. And then I don't have to like channel... because I don't believe I haven't channeled any pictures. Oh, that's a lie, Lucy. We had the little sailing boat, didn't we? Okay. As within, so without. You get that, don't you? Hi, Stephanie. As within, so without. So maybe it feels like you're going without. whilst you go within. But please remember that, as within, so without. As above, heaven, so below. What's heaven for you? Roller skating? I remember when the girl's dad, okay, so he made his transition last day of August, 2018, 17, 2017. See, look, I don't hold on to the dates. 2017, because I was 40. Yeah, okay. 2017. Now, in the April before that, he was like kind of in the bed, wasn't getting up. I thought, oh, it's going to be any time now. He's going to go. And it was about 10 days. And he didn't eat. And he was like, he did wake up, but he was like, most of the time comatized. That's what I want to say. Comatose or comatized, whatever. And then when, which was really weird. But what was weird was that he obviously I remember because Emily was actually in Disneyland Paris, and my whole house, like everyone was here. The amount of times I had to call people because I thought like every week he was a goner. It was near. Silly me. You do actually know when someone's close to their transition, and experience kind of helps you with that one to know that there are certain signs. But friends, family will come, and it was like, do we call Emily home? And I was like, no, I don't want to call her home to worry her just yet. Anyway, he woke up, or come out of it, let's say that. He come out of it. I think he actually woke up whilst he was there. He had his awakening. Because when he and it was about 2 weeks later, and there'd be a district nurse that would come every day, okay, to see him. And we were here one day, and it was about 2 weeks later. And he actually told her the story. And I'm like, anyway, it is what it is. It was like, a funny thing happened to me. He said, when I was in that state of like nothingness, he said, I was in heaven. He said, but I was also attached here. But I was also here. He said, but the funny thing was, he said, he loves football, okay, and fishing and having a nice cold beer. And he said, but what it was is that I could turn that way, this is in heaven, and I'll be playing football. And I can turn that direction, and then I'll be fishing, or I'll be having a nice cold beer. And he said, but also I was attached to, he kind of knew what was going on here. I was also very conscious of what was going on in the world. And looking back, you kind of think, well, I believe he went through that experience to actually be able to share it with me, to be able to raise my belief. So, as above, so below. All the things that he desired. He actually did write a poem about it. He said it was a feeling of being like, when you wake up in bed and you're all nice and toasty warm. That kind of feeling. And he could have whatever he desired. And then he come back to us. And he said to me, he said, I could have stayed. I could have stayed. He said, but no. And he said to me, next time I get to go, I'm going. And I'm staying there. And I said, good, you do that. My husband wasn't in a good state. I mean, that was cruel. Well, it wasn't. It was obviously all in alignment. But yeah, we knew there was no way that he was kind of surviving this one. And yeah, so how it was all just lined up to pass on these messages. And he actually said to me, he said, Lucy, I can see you're going to have a #1 best-selling book. You're going to rewrite the Bible. I said, am I now? So loads of things come through. When T-Rose puts there, I am a wife. One of the things, this was about maybe about a week before he made his transition, maybe a bit less than that. I would say to him, are you nearly ready? Because it was getting quite serious. If he didn't choose to go, there was something that was going to happen to his body that was going to force him to like make his transition. And I said to him, I said, are you, because we had like the most, this is what people can't get their heads around, the most in-depth conversations. I mean, I sat there and I was like kind of, he was in a hospice at this point. So he didn't die at home. And we knew he wasn't going to. We knew, and that was all lined up. He had a bit of respite in the hospice because he was like, he wanted to just be at home. And really for me to care for him, it was just easier. So I was kind of like, I need a break. Like, can you just try and get him into the hospice just for a week, please? I really did need, if you're ever surrounded by death, it really does take a toll on you and would drain like the life out of the house. So I was like, but they got him in the hospice and they knew that he couldn't have much longer and they kept him in. That's it. That's what happened. But I would say to him, are you sure, like, have they chosen the right person to go? And he's like, oh, Lucy, you are the best person to raise the children. And it was just something he said to me. I felt it sounded a bit bizarre. So obviously I remembered it. He went to me, you were a good wife, you know. And I thought, oh, that's nice to say. Like, it was weird, but nice. You were a good wife. So there you go. All in order. You might not think so. It might not be the way that you want things to, but it all does kind of make sense. So let's end with a fairy card. 1 hour, 10 minutes, 22 seconds. Let me just quickly read here. Fairies, we are going for the fairies. Goes with the mantra for today. We welcome them and all the abundance to come. And he said to me, the girl's dad, he said, actually, he said this when there was a point where he had 2 major operations and he went through chemo and radiotherapy and they gave him the all clear. Okay. He was good. Now, we was in separation, so he actually moved into the house so that I could look after him during that time, radio and chemotherapy. And then when he got the all clear, I, in my mind, was thinking, I'm going to have an uncomfortable conversation. We're going to have to talk about you, like, moving out again. That didn't need to happen. He come to me the very next day and said to me, oh, I've got my old place back. I said, have you? He said, yeah. He said, I'm moving out at the weekend. That made it really easy. What was we talking about? Oh, shit. What was I talking about? Goes with the mantra for today. We're welcomed and all the abundance to come. I don't know what I was saying there. Don't know. It's gone. So, fairies. So this is almost exactly what happens with your dad. Oh, that's what. Oh, thank you, because you have just actually triggered. This is interesting that you're saying that, Stephanie, because it's kind of made me realise something my dad said to me. So before the last time I spoke to him, before he made his transition, the girl's dad, the day that he moved out, I remember because I was sitting over there. He was sitting here and he was putting his shoes on. And it's the only time he actually thanked me for looking after him. He said to me, I don't really know how to thank you. You're the only person that's ever actually been there for me. And he says, but I'm going to find a way to pay you back. And I didn't know what that meant. I'm going to find a way to pay you back. And that's what he does now. So he allows the divine abundance to come at regular intervals. Is that right? Regular intervals. Anyway, and my dad, when I last spoke to my dad, I was actually upset. My dad rang me on a day when I was upset, one of those mornings in bed. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, my dad wants to video call me. So I didn't answer it. I thought, I can't let him see me in this state. Well, my sister then messaged me and said, Dad's trying to call you. So it was like, okay. I rang my dad and he's like, are you all right, babe? And I'm just on the camera going, I don't want everyone to know that I'm crying. And that's just because I don't speak to my sisters, but I had a close connection with my dad. And then when all this stuff kind of occurred, when everyone went into lockdown, my sister moved my dad in with her. So it made it quite hard for me to talk to my dad, like, personally on a one-to-one without people in the background listening to my business. So I was kind of like, he's like, are you all right, babe? And I said, I'm absolutely fine. Have you got worries? I said, no more than anyone else, Dad. He's like, you need money? I said, I don't need money. He went, do you miss your dad? And I just went. And then at the time he's telling me, oh, I'm giving up my car. I'm moving in with your sister. All things that I didn't think were for the best, but the divine knows. And I'm like, just listening to him. And he went to me, he went, you miss your dad, don't you? You want to see your dad? And I'm like, and he went to me, I don't know how, but I'm going to find a way to be with you. And then about 2-3 weeks later, he makes his transition immediately with me. How much the vessel can block us off. So that's enough story time with me. We've got the High Priestess. This is our intuition that we're tapping into. Trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. Now she's got the Akashic records here. And then we have unity. I'm only going to take these 2 cards. That really does suggest a divine masculine. There's no mistakes, is there? I feel like I've got something in my eye. I said that suggests a divine masculine's energy. Shit, what's this in my eye? Role reversal. Masculine stepping into your feminine energy. Feminines. And I feel with the feminines, because it's a hierophant, bringing in unity. We need to bring unity within ourselves. Unify that energy. And then we have unity, 2 major arcanas. And do you know what these guys are? They're counterparts. The High Priestess with the High Priest. Can't make it up, can you? The divinest of divine up there, who know better than us. And that's no lie. In between that is card 3 and card Thor. Card Thor. You need to thaw out. It is thawing out there. Even my snowman. My snowman out in the garden. Yeah. When Megan and Jamie went out for their walk before me, I heard them kung fuing that snowman. I was like, he's meant to be going into the freezer. And they laughed. It's like this big. I said, guys, I was going to keep him. It was having a snowball fight. There's no snow out there. Well, apart from the snow angel we made. Sis, I was like, I was going to put that in the freezer. I wanted to keep it. I still got my snowman in the freezer. You should have seen Emily's face when she was like, what the hell is this? I said, that's my snowman. His name's Chunky, the snowman. Put him back. He's living with us all year. He's in my freezer still. We can play with snow whenever you like. Okay. Don't you worry about the weather conditions. So, High Priestess and unity. In between that, I was going to say, is card number 3, which is the Empress, and card number 4, which is the Emperor. And who's on either side of them? Let's read these cards. We'll start with number 2. Sorry, I shall tell you what unity says. It says, do the right thing for the right reason. Do it for love. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. The loving approach or the fearful approach? What one works for you? Depends what you're after. Depends what you want, what you're looking to manifest. Yes, someone just said upstairs. Jamie's having a giggle. A spiritual-minded community, and that's what I like. And like attracts like. Yes, guys? Cool. I want to read what you wrote. Okay, I'll read what you wrote, and then I'll try not to write too much. I mean, obviously, you can chat away, but and we'll get wrapped up after this. Because an hour and 17 minutes, 44 seconds. How do we do it? How do you do it, Lucy? Okay, T Rose. Wow. Stephanie said, wow. I was Grandpa's provider, and he thanked me the day we called hospice for him. It was the hardest thing to do. He only needed 3 days and asked us to leave the night he passed to be alone with Grandma. Yeah, sometimes you're not meant to be there. I wasn't there for my mum. And I didn't go and see her afterwards as well. My mum warned me about that. She had done that with her own mum. She said, if they ask you if you want to come and see me once they're gone, she said, I strongly suggest you don't, because that would be the last thing that you remember. I can tell you exactly what the, I remember the last time with my mum. The day before, like someone makes their transition, they tend to be like out of it. Their eyes go extremely dark. And normally the night before, they can actually have a spurt of energy, and like sometimes they want to go home. Okay, it's like they're like, okay, am I going home now? It's like, no, seriously, you're not. And then you have like chattering of the teeth. And there are, when my mum was passing away, she was in a hospice that had 4 beds within. She was in the hospice for 11 days, hospital 6 days, didn't even know she had cancer. They said that she had maybe like a cholesterol problem because her belly was so big that she needed to go on a diet. We received that call after she had died with her appointment. I'm so sorry, it wasn't a cholesterol thing, that was liver cancer. That was her liver, you know. So 11 days she was actually in the hospice. Now, I lived up country. I went back down home. So did one sister, already lived in our hometown still. And the other sister actually lived in the same county as me. So we all kind of abandoned our families. Emily was 2. And our partners took care of the kids. And I went to like my, down to actually my mum's house and stayed there and just spent all the time. with her. I didn't go home. I was there well, as soon as the hospice was open, I was in there to care for her, or as sisters we were. And then as soon as we kind of had to go home, you would have to go home. It was exactly the same when Simon was in the hospice up here. The thing is that he would get them to ring me to do stuff. It would be, I remember once getting a phone call and it was can you bring in some sterilized water? Or he'd message me, can you bring in some of that sterilized water I've got at home? I said, yeah, that's cool. So I go all the way to the hospice, even though I've just left, all the way to the hospice, knock on the door. And I'm like, hi, Simon's asked me if I can drop this off. She said, we've got loads of this stuff here. I said, listen, he just wants me to take care of him. And because he couldn't speak, they had to and he was a chatty person. So he would try and speak. He would ask people, how are you? He wrote down a lot. And so they had a little board. So they changed they'd never had a man so young with his condition in there. And also so alert and active and so with it and so upbeat. They actually asked us, what religion are you? We're like, we're not a religion. We're just happy. We know we're going to get nowhere with being miserable. So even till the end, he was he was still going for it. But gone off. I wasn't going to tell you any more stories. Okay. So wanting to be there. Yes. Oh, I knew with Simon. So I actually come home about the 6 o'clock mark, and I refused. I did. I refused myself access to that room, because if I went into the room, I would stir him. He would be up, and he would be trying to put on a front. Okay, and it was like, no, you need to die. You need to go. So I would just poke my head in the room, and he was the only time I've ever seen him not get out of bed, and he was out of it. I imagine already in his transition. And they called me about 9 o'clock and they said, I suggest that you come back in. And he died just after midnight. And it's quite an honour to be there. And I even know the song that was playing. I think it was about 25 past midnight on the 31st of August. And the song that was playing was, one day I'll fly away, leave your love till yesterday. What more can your love do for me? When will there be truth to me? Well, you can find the truth before, or you're definitely going to find it before you transition. You will awaken this lifetime. You will. Whether or not it's too late. It was an honour to be there for your father's passing, and the song that played, Don't You Worry, Child. Don't you worry, child. The Swedish House Mafia. Apparently that was their last song, and it was their biggest hit. They done it as their kind of last song, and it turned out to be a slammer. Got goosebumps, I can imagine. That's the kind of song that the girl's dad, he was a real raver. If you went out to a nightclub, I'd find him up with the fluorescent glow sticks, and he'd be raving up there. I'd just leave him to it. He used to just be a raver. So yeah. That's the kind of tune that they're raving up there, girl. Don't you worry, child, 'cause heaven's got a plan for you. Oh, that's awesome. That's just more clarification. This has ended up being an awesome live. Okay. Enough now, stories. Let's get on with this. I love you all dearly, but it's not. I didn't even read what T-Rose said. We left that night, and 3 hours later, went back. He had transitioned. He called every bit of his last steps. Love you, JG, Seggers, Siendo, Elvay. Yeah, I knew when my mum, they called us about 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, that's what I was telling you when the last time. So I left the hospice, let's say about 6, 7 o'clock at night. And as I was walking out, I took a look back into because it's a little ward. Okay. The hospice that the girl's dad was in, it only had 3 bedrooms. It was you got really special attention there. Listen, the divine organised it. Okay. Otherwise, if he hadn't moved up here, the healthcare he was receiving was pants until he actually moved up here. And it was they bent over backwards for him to make him comfortable. So the divine, obviously, that was necessary for him. with the help with his transition. But my mum, I was literally walking out of like the room that had 4 beds in it. But what had happened, I was saying to you, is I'd actually, my mum had told me, she said, you know, Georgina died last night, and it was like all the ladies, and we got to know these ladies because a lot of people had dropped off into hospices, and people can't handle it. They drop them off and rarely go to visit. Others will go and just cry over their parents while they're there. Some are only in there for a respite, and actually in rooms where people are dying. It's quite a anyway. So as I was walking out, my mum opened her eyes. She had been like dead all day. She woke up once for the toilet, and I couldn't lift her. The only time I couldn't help, and both my sisters weren't there. So I was on my own. I remember lifting my mum up out of her chair, trying to put her onto a commode, and my ears are ringing. And it was the point where I felt, I just can't look after you. And I had to ask for help that day. And I felt so guilty, look at my mum's eyes, but they were black. It was like, Mum, you are so heavy. I can't lift you onto the toilet. So I went to ask for help. And the same kind of come with the girl's dad. I looked after him until about 2 days before, and I said to the nurses, I'm keeping him alive. I can't keep going in there. This is cruel now. And then they took over, and one of the nurses, she was like, oh, Simon, let me wash him and get him dressed, and that's their job. But I has kind of taken on that role, so a very unique experience. Apparently I will never go through it again, not unless I'm like, no, let's just say no. I asked. It was so unusual what happened. It was like, am I ever going to experience this again? They said, no, not unless you're caught up in like a war, and like, because a lot of reconstruction, facial reconstruction would have needed to be done. But you can do that if like the events happened and build on it, but not when you're actually deteriorating. So it was a shocker. And it was a shocker for the doctors. They had never seen anything like it, what was going on. So I suppose we were all in the same club. It was a big eye opener, which and so much love come through that experience. Let's read this, because I really need to get to that little girl's room. Card number 2, the High Priestess. The High Priestess comes to assure you that your spiritual gifts are real. Now, I feel like we're speaking to the masculine here. The High Priestess comes to assure you that your spiritual gifts are real and your intuitive insights are accurate. She wants you to know that nothing in spirituality is secret anymore. Therefore, she presents to you all the wisdom she's accumulated in the hopes that you'll use it to gain insights about yourself. And isn't that just what I've just done? Use my own experiences. The most important revelations come from within. Try spending time in meditation or going on long, reflective walks in nature. Tick that one. Done that one. Ask yourself, what is it that I truly want? Am I following my own path or just trying to make others happy? Happiness comes from the knowledge that the choices you are making are for your highest, greatest good. Your body is a powerful, intuitive tool that can lead you in the right direction. Pay attention to your emotional responses to various options offered to you and treat them as a compass that will guide you along the way. This card indicates that your psychic abilities are very strong right now. You can trust what your instincts are telling you about situations and people. Our High Priestess stands before the ruins of the Glastonbury Abbey, which was the site of religious and political disagreements. With her open book, the High Priestess is symbolic of acceptance of the many spiritual paths to God's love. Acceptance of love. Additional meanings of this card: important nighttime dreams. That's interesting because that come up with the, excuse me, I feel like I've got the burps now. That come up with the law of attraction cards about your dreams. Important nighttime dreams, spiritual knowledge or enlightenment, making plans before taking action, gathering information in order to come to a later decision, keeping your strategies to yourself now. I'm getting good at pronouncing these words. There's the Empress. There's the Emperor. Unity. Learning the traditional ways of doing things can sometimes be very effective. Other times, though, we need to break out of the box and consider new and creative modes of accomplishing our goals. So I'm squeezing my thighs together to keep my coffee cup there. And squeeze. Perfect. Perfect floor exercises. Pelvic floor exercises, ladies. I'm not like your personal sports. I can't even get my words out. No, seriously, it's like I've become really tongue-tied. Right, let's do this. Learning the traditional way of doing things can sometimes be very effective. Other times, though, we need to break out of the box and consider new and creative modes of accomplishing our goals. Discussing various methods, old and new, with those you trust can help you know which philosophy to follow at any given moment, at any given time. If your goals are meeting with resistance, it may be due to the method you are using to attain them, rather than a flaw in your actual plans. It's about your approach, your method. What method are you using? Okay, so if your goals are meeting with resistance, it may be due to the method you are using to attain them, rather than a flaw in your actual plans. Be open to trusted people's perceptions regarding the right strategy to take. Having a support group of friends, I love you guys, you're just amazing. Anyway, having a support group of friends and a spiritual teacher who walks his or her talk will uplift you and allow you to stand tall in all your work. It's important to always stay on a path of integrity in every aspect of life. The law of attraction. The law of attraction rewards those who follow their dreams by remaining honest and true in dealing with others. Align yourself with organisations or people who have high spiritual ideals. In this card, here we are. A bit shaky. I'm going to go and do some dinner. Oh, I can see is 66. 6 people on, 6 likes, 6 thumbs ups. Right, in this card, our 2 fairy students have found a mentor to teach them both old and new ways of thinking. Additional meanings of this card: doing the right thing for the right reason, remaining true to your priorities, being a spiritual teacher to others, and or consulting one for guidance. Booking a reading, guys. What's your story? I'll tell you it. I'm good at telling stories. If you hadn't kind of worked that out, I think I'm good at telling stories. I love telling stories. No. Booking your reading, guys. Okay. Email me, thejourneyofascension@gmail.com. You can't really forget that. That's what you're on. The Journey of Ascension. gmail.com at. Doing the right thing for the right reason, remaining true to your principles, being a spiritual teacher to others and / or consulting one for guidance, respecting your elders or the past. The power of prayer. Respecting your elders or the past, it's what they told us before they made their transition. Or the song. Hi, Jess. I'm just off now, Jess. It's good for you to pop in. Perfect timing. It's a good live. But I'm going to get off now because I need to go to, it's 13333. Need to go to Little Girl's Room. Have a chat. You do a lot of thinking in there. Connect with Christ and all that. It's, don't you worry, child. There you go. So why are you worrying? Heaven's got a plan for you. It's like when you need to tap in. Remember what you've been told. You might not have been able to comprehend it, but you were told. You've been told the whole time. You've been guided. I'm going, okay. Oh, bless her. Not that figures. Okay, it's perfect. It's perfect timing, Jess. Okay, it's all good. Don't think into it. Have you missed much? Well, maybe what I was speaking about wasn't resonating with your life, darling. Well, you know, some stories we don't want to resonate with everyone's life. You know, we have not just all good stories, are they? We have to go through the nightmares and the trauma. So don't worry, if you've missed this one, it might be a good thing. Okay, I love you all dearly. Oh, if you're being drawn to that, Stephanie, you need to follow that. Okay. I love you all. I'm going. Take care. I'll catch up with you tomorrow for the board meeting. Sweet dreams, safe travels. Bit early to be saying sweet dreams. Never too early to tell you to be having sweet dreams. 14% on the battery. That's that number of temperance. Love you too, Jess. Love you all also. Listen, Jess, I just said I love all of you. Jess just wants, Jess, I love you. We'll catch up soon, sweetie. Okay. Bye for now.